Hello friends, welcome to my channel Passionate Teachers, where we discuss and learn new tools every week to make teaching learning an interesting and interactive activity. If you find my video useful, kindly like this video and please subscribe to my channel and click on the bell icon to get notified for a new video every time. So let's get started with today's topic, which is how to set up your own Google Classroom. Now, to create your own Google Classroom, the first requirement is to have a Gmail account. So I'm assuming that you all know how to create a Gmail account, and using that Gmail account, you have opened your Gmail. Now, once your Gmail is opened, then you can go to this site. You can see these 9 dots. So this is actually the Google Apps available with your Gmail account. So when you click on it and you bring your cursor down here, if I drag it down, you can see these are the different apps available to me from the Google site. Now, one of the app is Google Classroom also. So I can click on it. There is another way to open Google Classroom is you can go to Google search, and then there you can simply type Google Classroom, and the first, when I say Google Classroom, so the first website generally is this one. Classroom.google.com is the website to open the Google Classroom. So in both the cases, the same, you will land up to a same window. So you can see in both the cases you are landing up on the same window because I am opening it from the same account. So I am closing one of the window. Now you can see there is already one class in my Google Classroom called trial class, which I have created to show you how to use it. But I will going to showcase you how to create a new Google Classroom also. So if you want to create a new Google Classroom, you can click on this plus icon. Now when you will click on plus icon, there are two things. One is join class, another is create class. Now join class is for those students or the users, those who will be coming and joining in your class, whereas create class, if you are creating your own class, then you have to click on create class. So when I click on create class, it will show me a message asking that if you are been using this Google Classroom for a commercial purpose, like for some school activity or some institute activity, then you should always register with G Suite for education. But since here we are learning how to create the Google Classroom for our personal use, so I need not to go to G Suite. So I'm just clicking on and then I'm saying continue. Now it is asking me the name of the class. So let's say I enter demo class. Then section, you can enter any. Let's say I am asking for all the sections. I'm creating this. Now subject, whatever particular subject, if you are making it, or otherwise you can leave it like all you can enter. So let's say I'm entering it for computer science or maybe computer science club students. And then room, you can write, let it be room also, or you can write virtual room, whatever you want. Now after this, you just need to say create. Once created, so you can see once the classroom will be created, it will look like this. Now what I need to do is, I can see these 4 tabs here, but before that let me show you that this classroom has a class code also. If I click on this, you can see this is the class code with which my students can join my class, right? Now I can share this class code with my students and they can directly join to my class. Now there is another way to add students and teachers as collaborator to your classroom. I will go to people. Now in the people, I have 2 different type of tabs. One is for teachers, another is students. Now when you are adding somebody in teachers, then you are adding that teacher as a collaborator with you, who will be going to help you conducting the classes in the classroom. So that teacher is also having the similar rights as you have, right? Whereas students have some restricted rights. They do not have rights like to post something on the classroom and classwork, etc. So teachers have all those rights. Now to add a teacher into your classroom, you have to have the Gmail ID of that teacher. So you need to enter the Gmail ID of that teacher. For example, if I'm adding my son's email ID. So you can see I can enter this, and similarly I just can say invite. So the person to whose email ID you have just entered will be invited. Now a mail has been sent to this person on its Gmail account, and the moment that person will accept that invitation, this will become highlighted. Right now you can see it's looking as disabled. The moment that person will going to accept your invitation, that will also look like this. Now students, as I told you, if you know the Gmail ID of the students, you can directly enter the Gmail ID of the student and click on invite, or otherwise you can simply share this class code with your student and they can go to the Google Classroom, and as I've shown you, join classroom, they just need to enter the class code in the join classroom and they will become the part of your class. This is how to add this is all about how to add people in your classroom. Now what is a stream? Now stream is that place where whatever communication, whatever post teacher has entered, or whatever queries the students can want to ask, all that looks like. So all your communication, your chat, everything is being visible here in the stream. Whatever action the teacher is taking place, or if somebody some student is passing on any query or a comment or a question, all that will be visible in the stream, right? Okay, now classwork, that's again a very, very important tab. Now in the classwork, I can enter the classwork in different ways. So for that, first I have to say create. Now when I'm saying create, I have these different types of classwork. I can post these different types of classwork. First is assignment. Now assignment is when you want to enter, like you have a PDF or you have a Word document and you want to post it as an assignment, then you can say assignment, and then you can simply enter the title of the assignment. Let's say I'm saying revision of functions, right? So here you can say add, and you can add the link of the file, or you can add the file as an attachment, or you can enter any video link of YouTube if you want to ask assignment based on that, or if you have anything uploaded on your Google Drive, you can directly attach it here, right? Or you can create a link of that and then you can post it here. I'm planning to make a video on how to create the links from your Google Drive, whatever material you have uploaded on your Google Drive, how to create a link for that also in the coming videos. Do let me know in your comment section. If you want it on urgent basis, then I will make it on the prior basis first. Okay, now assignment I have already told you. Now for assignment, you can also make it point any marks if it is there, or ungraded also. If this is just for revision, you can make it ungraded also. Now right now I have two classes, so I can post, if let's say this revision assignment is applicable for both my classes, I can select both at the same time and for all students. And if it is only applicable to one of my class, I can just select that, right? Now topic is, now if you have created any topic here, then that will be visible. Right now I haven't created any topics, so it's not showing me here. So I will be showing you how to create topic also, and then I will show you how to choose directly to that topic. Now rubric is if you want to add on some pointers, like how you are going to use this assignment, for what purpose it is will be used for, that you can add on. Now I am just crossing to the assignment part, and I am showing you another type of question. So quiz assignment is if you want to make a Google quiz, right? Now for that again there is a complete tutorial coming up, how to create the self-graded Google assignment, and also how to make a subjective type Google assignment, right? So you can create the Google assignment directly from here also, or from Google Forms, and then you can share the link here also by going to add and putting it in the link. So in both ways I can do that. Now the assignments both are with the points. Now after this another type is question. Now this type of classwork is very convenient for teachers if they want to ask some short type questions, or maybe they want the students to write some paragraph. So instead of receiving the replies in the Google Forms or in the different images form, and then handling and checking is a difficult task, it's better that the teacher can directly post the question here, like what is your take on on um, corona, right? So let's say this is the question. Now this is, again, you can make it graded or ungraded, it's up to you. You can post it for multiple classes or for a single class, all that, this is the same. Now you can see here there is a two extra things. One is students can reply to each other, or so when I'm saying student can reply to each other, that means they can also comment on each other's question. If I want it strictly private between the teacher and a student, then I will unmark it. And then students can edit answer. That means after submitting, the students can still make changes in the answer. So definitely I don't want this, that student after submitting should change it. So I am keeping both unchecked. And then again, you can always add the things from, this is the same thing which I have just explained. You can always add on these things into your question, and then I just simply say ask, right? The moment I say ask, so this question will be given to all those students who are the part of my class, right? Now you can see it is showing here. Now what other type of, now this is called material. Now let's say you want to post some notes to your students, or maybe some tutorials, like I am recording a tutorial. So for my students, generally I record a tutorial with demo class, and then I upload it on my Google Drive and create a link and upload that link here, and students can go through that tutorial, and then based on that I generally give them the revision assignments, like that. So that same thing you can also do. So you can enter the title, and then if there is any description about that, you can enter that also, and then you can add a link, or you can directly link it with your Google Drive, or you can attach some file, whatever way you want to post your material. It's entirely your choice. If you have some video uploaded on your YouTube, you can directly link that also here. Now this is again same. Now right now I am saying no topic because I haven't created any, right? Okay, so material I have told you. Now what is left? And then reuse post is if I have already used a post in one class maybe, so I can always use it to in some other class. That's why we use this reuse post. Now how to create topic, which has been coming again and again. So let's say I have different topics. I have topics, functions, then I have, so as per my chapters, I am creating the topics. So I can say create, and then I'm saying topic recursive functions. Then let's say I'm saying data handling, and so on. So these are my different topics. Now you see, if I am going to create a class, create a classwork, and let's say I add material. Now I know that the material which I'm going to post is on the recursive function, so I can choose directly from here recursive function and can post whatever I'm doing, I can post. So once I will enter the title, question bank, and then whatever link I post it here, and then I simply click on post. So my question bank will be posted. Now if you will see, when I have chosen the topic recursive function, my question bank directly coming under the recursive function. So that way I can handle. So let's say if your Google Classroom having the different subjects, English, Hindi, math, science, you can make different topics, and the teachers who are added as a collaborator with you of different subject, they can post their assignment in particular topic under them, and then that way directly all the different type of subjects are being taken care of in the under different heads. So that's all for today. And in the next class, I will be telling you about how to use the assignments, how to use the grades, and some other tools. So if you find my video useful to you, please do post your comments, and do let me know if you feel that I should make some video on a particular topic. Now this is the Gmail ID of my channel, and if you have any specific queries, you can always post your queries. If required, I can come live once in a week, and will be taking your queries in live classes also. Thank you for today, and stay safe.